All right, everybody. Oh, happy day. I appreciate you joining with me today. I've got Summer from prospectboss.com. We're going to dive into the blessings of a dialer, what a dialer does, how it can help you. And when you're in final expense telesales or even Medicare insurance telesales, or maybe you're a face-to-face final expense agent and you're trying to set your appointments with aged leads, we're going to talk about some force multiplication, my friends, that you're going to want to know about. So Summer, say, hey, thank you for joining with us on the channel today.
Hey Jason, thanks for having me today. I'm happy to be here.
I appreciate you. And a lot of insurance agents don't understand what a triple line dialer is. Maybe they're hand dialing, and I'm a proponent. I mean, I run a national agency here at jasonfinalexpense.com where I recruit and partner with powerful agents with life and Medicare and annuities, and we use the phone a lot, right? But fresh leads, we can use our fingers, but when the age gets a little longer on a lead, we want to use a dialer if we can. It's a force multiplier. So an agent that's got these leads that needs to get a hold of a lot of people and they're not getting a lot of success right now with pickups, what is a triple line dialer? What will your solution do for them? What would they be expected to see?
Yeah, so you're right, Jason. It is a force multiplier. So we like to just say it's a numbers game. So if you think about it, it's going to have one, two, and three lines. So it's going to triple your productivity. So we like to say you can call up to 200 leads per hour. And with our system, you're not going to be bogged down or get confused using your phone because it's a web-based solution. So you'll just have literally the three different prospects in your queue system, and it'll be red, green, or yellow. Just depends on where the call is. Whenever a prospect does answer, it'll be green. If it's in the calling process, it'll be the yellow orangish color that'll say calling or on hold. So it's really just a way to simplify and organize your leads so that you can see who's picked up, who's not, and that way you can just triple your productivity because people are busy these days. They're not always on the phone. They're not always available to answer, especially, as insurance agents, you stay really busy on the phone all day too. And you got to think about like your prospects and the life that they're living and their work. So it's just helping accommodate the leads more, maybe their lifestyle, and just a more efficient way of getting a hold of them. So it's just to literally triple your productivity and give you more of a web-based solution so you're not losing everything on your phone. It takes a lot of time, especially if you're a single agent, to call people yourself and just dial on the phone. And we have all these apps and notifications these days, so that can even be a little distracting. So this just kind of helps you focus on the task at hand and triple your productivity at the same time.
That is huge, Summer. I mean, time is money, right? And money is time. And if you can force multiply your use of time, you're going to take your career farther, especially
Mhm.
with aged leads or old data. I mean, to go 200 calls an hour, that's going to help a lot of insurance agents. And our agents have used Prospect Boss for a long time, a lot of years. All right. And it helps in a big way when you can go through 1,000 leads in a very short period of time. You're going to get more pickups, which all of us insurance agents that do final expense telesales or even face-to-face final expense sales, that's a game changer for a lot of agents. Being more efficient is powerful. And if you're sitting, you can do it with your hands. Don't get me wrong. You can, but you're not going to get you're not going to get 200 calls an hour. It's not
Mhm.
going to happen. That's not going to happen with a single phone. It's
No.
punishing. You can prove yourself, but you're not going to be able to keep that rodeo going. That hurts. So that's huge. And I love the fact that you were sharing with the audience just now that it's like a stoplight. It's like green for go, the yellow for the kind of pause, and then red stop. That keeps things simple because I'm a simpleton,
Mhm.
right? I like things that are simple. I'm more successful if I keep things in that lane. And the fact that you guys have 200 calls an hour capability, it's simple for an agent to understand how to engage with your platform because it's a web-based solution as opposed to some of these apps that are kind of glitchy. Let's just
Yeah.
get real about it. Some apps are glitchy. I don't know if you've seen that too, but they're a pain.
Yeah.
Our agents have used your
Phones
system and
die
it's huge.
fast too, and all that.
Oh goodness, yes. We're not even talking about the batteries dying. I mean, final
Mhm.
expense telesales call, we can be engaging with a prospect, and there's nothing worse than a brand new agent that didn't recommend that the client go plug in before they do an interview call, and then you lost the call, and then you lost real dollars, and you're like, oh man, this industry hurts. I
Yeah.
mean, that's very good perspective for sure, Summer. That's a big deal. I mean, a web-based platform, plug this thing in and go be powerful.
Hmm.
So that's huge for the viewer. So a triple line dialer, you guys have the ability to really get an agent going. Let's talk about service, because I know it's like, yeah, you got a good product, okay, at the prospectboss.com, and you guys have been using it here for a lot of years, get it. Let's talk about service, because service is important, and there's a lot of other solutions out there that really stink when it comes to service. So let's talk about what kind of service can an insurance agent that's brand new and doesn't know how to use a dialer, how are they going to be taken care of from your team?
Yeah, so we have a great tech support team. We have a lot of webinar. We have a daily training webinar that you can log into at any time to view. And then we also have a lot of how-to videos on our YouTube. So if you want to check out our channel, and if you are thinking about purchasing it or would like to do a trial or something, you can watch different little overview videos there. And then we also have an onboarding specialist that helps people who are interested. Maybe they have already purchased a product or they haven't, be more successful on how to use it. So it's kind of like a little bit of a training in a way. And it just helps have a more hands-on experience where we share the screen and go over anything, and prospects can answer any questions. So if you're like thinking about joining our team or recently did join as a Prospect Boss user, then we just kind of hold your hand and guide you a little bit on how to use it. So we just have different online resources as well as a great tech support guy who can help walk you through any issues. And we do shared screens as well for the tech support. So it's not someone just saying, hey, click here, click there. We'll ask you if we could share the screen and actually kind of take over like the browser and help guide you through any problems or issues that you may be having.
That's huge for those of you, the audience. If it's not huge for you, put it in the comments. Either way, all right, we'll respond to you. But having help where they're not just, talking at you to fix a problem, they're really taking care of you. Be like, hey, let's do a screen share. Let me take over real quick with your permission. Let me just do this, and you can see someone fixing something for you. That's huge. I mean, first class service is everything. There's nothing worse than getting frustrated where you bought some dialer and then you can't get anybody to pick up. And it's frustrating with a new technology like this. And prospectboss.com has trials, so you can take it for a run and see if it works for you. But the men and women in our agency have used this dialer for a long time, and it's one of the best in the business. And nobody's transferring monies for me to say that. That's a big thing for you, the audience, to know. We've used this for a long time. And this is leverage for those of you watching. Technology like this can take you farther because you're leveraging your actions, right? You're taking the ability to go from maybe one, call per hit, right, with your hands that you're dialing or using a single line dialer, to now being able to not just duplicate your dialing efforts, but you're tripling down on the ability to get somebody to pick up the phone. I mean, if you're not making more, you got to look in the mirror. Horrible to hear, but if you're getting 3 times the effort, being handled for you through some good technology, you're going to take your career, in my opinion, farther here, Summer, than somebody going hand dialing. And fresh leads, if you got fresh leads, fine. All right, I've said this for years. Go use your fingers. You can go hand dial a fresh lead. But dated leads or aged leads, you absolutely want to use a force multiplier like a dialer. I've been preaching this for years. So 200 calls an hour, though. Wow. That's power. That's power. Now,
Yeah, definitely so.
and so service dialed in, your ability to triple line dialer, huge. You guys have trials. Let's talk about a lot of agents nowadays that use maybe some competitions, triple line dialers, and immediately get thrown to like their calls are being blocked. They're not penetrating this barrier, right? So a lot of agents are going straight to voicemail after using certain triple line dialers for a very minimal amount of time, and they don't even know enough to know the problems that they're facing. They're getting hit to scam likely calls, and it's just they got fast for a second using a triple line dialer, and then they got flat on their face. What's going on? Help the audience understand some of the problems that are out there with some other triple line dialer solutions and how you fixed that for them proactively.
Yeah, so earlier in 2022, the FCC came out with stir shaking regulations. So that just means that it affects your pickup rates. So whenever, if you have used our solution before, maybe your pickup rates had declined, or if you were using other dialers that's not us, or if you're new to the game, well, you could just, learn a little bit about it. But so last year the pickup rates were down in every dialer system really, and it's because of the stir shaking regulation that was passed. So Prospect Boss developed an algorithm to help surpass it, and with that, you're getting more pickups. So it just means that even though the lead may have been interested, or you think that maybe your call got marked as spam likely, that might not be the case, just because the phone may not have been ringing in the first place. So like what Sir Shaken does is it treats a call, even though maybe hasn't been directly marked as spam by the prospect or lead or whomever, it just didn't go through like at all. So you're just calling, and you think it's a bad lead, you think it's the problem with the lead itself, when really it was just the stir shaken regulation. So Prospect Boss has surpassed that. We came up with a solution in our system that overrides that essentially. And then also we do offer rotating phone numbers now. So in Prospect Boss, if you use it, you have a Prospect Boss number. So we encourage purchasing multiple numbers now. They're $3 a number. We suggest purchasing 5, and rotate the number about every 70 calls. That's really up to you. And if you would like to do that, it just helps you increase your numbers game. And then also we have an option to register your phone number with a DID. So that just helps you not get marked as spam likely. If the call does go through like it's supposed to, it just helps you in general because you can register your phone number with a carrier, like a phone carrier with Verizon or T-Mobile. So it just helps you be able to surpass those other issues that you may have too, which would be getting marked as spam likely. So with the stir shaking algorithm, rotating your phone number, and the DID registration, we have a couple different options to help you be successful in the realm and get just basically increase your pickup game more. And by that, I mean just the amount of calls that are picked up.
That's huge. I mean, this business is a game in some ways, right, of numbers. And if you can increase your numbers, you're going to increase the chance of profitability. And that's what everything is. Like everybody wants this, for sure. And the fact that you guys help with even the registration of the phone numbers, is that right? With the DID and all
Yeah.
that fun stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I mean, a lot of agents don't even know. They're like, this lead doesn't even work. The phone number's wrong, or it's going to
Mhm.
why does the lead not pick up? Stir shaking, folks. This is a major problem, of a lot of agents that don't know any better. This is huge for people. And the fact that you guys at prospectboss.com already thought of this for final expense telesales agents, I mean, that's a big deal. Even face-to-face guys, they're trying to get people to pick up the phone. They're using the same 8,000-pound phone, trying to get people to pick up to go set the appointments. This stir shaking is having an impact even on our face-to-face guys and ladies that are doing Medicare and life insurance. Doesn't matter what they're selling in our agency at jasonfinalexpense.com. Stir shaken has an impact if you don't know. I mean, the fact that you guys have already overthought it, that's big. And
Yeah.
how long have you guys had this solution where you guys have?
It came out earlier this year.
Love that.
So around February, we were sort of began advertising it, releasing information about it, and now we're just trying to plug it into our content and educate other people in the industry that we're talking to. The CEO has been talking to other people in the industry about it as well. We're trying to do different like interviews and stuff just so that people can understand and
Yeah.
what's going on and how it's changing the game as far as the lead generation goes. Because
Knowledge is
people
power.
were thinking that it was a problem with the leads. The lead quality hasn't changed. It's just outstanding circumstances like the FCC.
Right? Little things like that.
Little
Right?
things like that. No big deal.
No big deal. Just the FCC,
Definitely is, but definitely
That's
is with
huge
trying to
though.
override it. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you guys have thought about that, a lot of agents don't even know this. So I appreciate them watching the channel, and hopefully they like the content and this is helping them and bringing them value. It's the more pickups that you, the viewer, can get, the more success and traction that you can hopefully receive from this business. This business is not simple. It's not. It's a very simple business when you understand how simple it is, but it is not easy. It's not. The
Hmm.
business is not easy. And to have some leverage here where you're like, okay, I'm going to use a powerful tool to make a hard job and a little easier for yourself. You can make it a little easier, but you still have to have mad skill when you get them on
Yeah.
the phone for sure. We train that deeply here, but that's massive. I mean, using a dialer sometimes can seem very chaotic, and the fact that you guys have an onboarding team that's helping agents with this, that's big. And they can also download CSV files directly into your dialing software, correct? For those of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So if you already have leads, maybe we're using a different dialer or you just acquire them different ways, you can upload them into our system whenever you start using it. Yes.
That's power. That is a powerful thing. And how about automations? Because I know a lot of times these days, a lot of insurance agents want automations to make their business just a little more simple and a little easier for them. How do you guys handle automations for agents? What kind of automations do you guys even have at prospectboss.com?
Yeah, so we have various marketing automations. We have email marketing, SMS, text messages. Then we have video messages, which are a little fun because you could just send really quick video and just say like, "Hey, I've sent you the contract if you're interested in it." You know, maybe if you're trying to close a house, or maybe if you're trying to get someone to look at an insurance proposal that you sent over, just say, "Hey, sent this to you. Let me know if you're interested," which just stands out a little bit more than a normal text message or an email, something a little bit more fun. And then we have ringless voicemail drops where you can call a prospect and their phone will not ring. It'll just go straight to voicemail. So that way they'll be a little bit intrigued and wonder, oh, like, where did this voicemail come from? I didn't hear my phone ring or don't see this call. So then they will listen to the voicemail and then hopefully call you back because they'll just be like, oh, well, they didn't disturb me. So, and this, I could, use this. So call you back and reach out that way. And then we also have automated drip campaigns, which is where you can just set up automated drip for up to a year, but you can customize it to any really timeline that fits your needs. So we have those different ones that help all together help you automate your system. And you don't want to, make it less personal by automation or anything by any means, but we are all very busy people in this day and age. We have so much going on.
Right.
So it just helps to make sure that you're staying on top of following up with those leads so you don't let anything slip through the cracks.
That's a big deal for those that need those automations. I mean, that's nice that you guys have the video side of it. That's not everybody's got that.
Hmm.
So that's a huge force multiplier. So you've got the final expense telesales and Medicare insurance agents taken care of from the stir shaken problems that they're seeing where it's going straight to voicemail. 200 calls an hour is impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
really, that's impressive. I mean, I ran call centers prior to even jumping into the insurance world, and a predictive dialer that's getting the job done is power. It just is. So that's a big deal. And I appreciate all you guys are doing for the insurance agents out there to help them get a hold of more people and solve more problems. That's what this is ultimately about.
Hmm.
It's helping the insurance agents help these great folks that need us. And if we can't get them to pick up the phone, we're not really doing as much as we should. And that's going to increase, our success by giving these great clients and prospects what they need. So appreciate you being on with us today. For those of the audience, prospectboss.com. I'll put their information up or down. It'll for sure be in the description as well. And your 800 number, 1-800-662-4009. It'll be in the description as well, 1-800-662-4009 at prospectboss.com. Summer, thank you for your time today. I appreciate you educating the audience.
Thank you
This is a
for
big
having
deal.
me, Jason.
All right.
And
Thanks again.
good luck to everybody out there. Happy prospecting.